Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020. Today we're going to be running back up against Chippa, which is going to be a little more difficult than our last match against them since we no longer have a striker, and I'm still bitter about that. And then we'll be following it up with a match against Jomo Cosmos in the South African Cup. So second match should be pretty easy. They're like 2 leagues below us, but Chippa are going to be a challenge. And the board hasn't been happy with my performance lately. I mean, I'm still at C+, but another big loss could be pretty devastating after it lost to Maritzburg. So we really need to win against Chippa, and it's going to be extremely difficult without good finishing. So hopefully I can get a good team together for it, but it's only 3 days after our trip to Morocco, so I might have to just eat the loss and hope I can rebound later. Unfortunately, the Jomo Cosmos game is not going to really count as a rebound, even though the board take that competition fairly seriously. The fact that it's Jomo Cosmos isn't going to really impress them. There's no way I'm going to get a guy away from Manchester United. I'm trying for him, but there's no way it's going to happen. I'll call it right now. He rejects the contract out of hand because he doesn't want to move to South Africa. Bit of a tough week this week, but next week looks pretty good because we've just got Wits after a fairly long gap from the Cosmos game, and then we've got an international break. So Chippa's the only real tough challenge we have coming up. Looks like I can name a decently strong team already, and we're still a day out from the actual match, so we can potentially make it even better by match day. Both Senamela and Mirsavovich look pretty uncomfortable. And Senamela is not great in that role, but I think I'll be able to replace him closer. I really don't love having the weak defense because the rest of this looks good. But my plan for this game is to basically sneak in 1 goal and then just try to ride out the storm for the match. No, I do want him to be attacking. I think he's just as good at that. Unconvincing as an attacker and unconvincing on support. Yeah, he's unconvincing on everything, so I'll keep him as an attacker. They're used to playing with an attacking midfielder or attacker, striker. Ugh, word's hard. But yeah, I'll keep him on attack. He's not going to be good, but it's more about having the other players comfortable with what he's doing than anything I'm actually going to get from him. We are favorites in this match by a fair bit, so that's good. I'm worried about our lack of finishing and the weak defensive line we have right now, but if we can steal this one, we're in a really good position to finish the season out. It's nice that we're settling into a situation where I don't have to make a lot of tactical changes before the games, because we've gotten most of our team pretty comfortable playing together. I mean, we're out a good striker, but everyone knows what they're doing for the rest of this. Manuzzi being rested right now is rough, but I couldn't risk injuring him for one game. I'd rather lose this game than lose him for the rest of the season. And just continuing the punishing schedule we're on, it's brutally hot. We are at home, though. That means we're on a not great pitch, but at least we have home field advantage. Gonna have to pay attention to how to... and a pretty strong referee. Pretty good referee. So things should be alright here for those sort of situations. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get Senamella out of the back line. I'm going to play around and see if I can do something beyond what they're recommending to get him out of the line. Getting Reeve Fountain back in is a big improvement. But let's see if I can do anything with Senamella. Who else can go in here? Mirosavic is doing something. Mattia is tired. Everyone else is worse and tired. I'm going to have to deal with it. He's terrible, but I'm going to have to deal with it because, frankly, because of the hot weather we've been dealing with. This is the hottest season I've managed in South Africa. We've had so many days above 30 degrees, and it's just wearing the team out. Other than him, though, Mirosavic is still not at the level I'd like, but I feel like that's just my assistant coaches not revising their opinion because he's been at 2.5 stars for years and he's been playing good. Ladisa isn't great out on the wing. Let's see if I can get anyone better in there. They're probably tired. Minkubi's injured. Stanos tired. Stanos way too tired to put in. Safema's way too tired to put in, and everyone else is terrible. So yeah, he's going to have to stay in. And I know I don't have anyone better than Monty Bantwa. So I think this is the best team I can get on the field. Let's go out and exhaust some more people. Even so, Atladisa is going to struggle. Oh, it's 60% match sharpness. I can't do anything about that except play him. This should be interesting because this has the potential to really put me in the hole with this weather just exhausting the team, and then I have another game in 2 days. I'm keeping them set to attacking because I want to keep the pressure on Chippa so that hopefully they don't get a chance to test Senamella in the back line there, because that's where we're going to have real problems. Not sure what happened with Lacala there. He should have been able to get that. Okay, we got it out to Atladisa. Good thinking. He's rusty, so he's going to make some mistakes. We know that. And they're trying to focus the ball over to where they're going to pressure Senamella. They've clearly looked at my team sheet and have watched tape, and we played them like a week ago. So they've got a pretty good idea of my capabilities. But we're doing good forcing them to the stronger side. And good defense from Tau there. Mirosavic is looking tentative today. I don't like them being over on the left-hand side of the pitch. That's where I really don't want them to be. But Lacala has been doing good defense work. And we forced David onto a tough enough angle that Nudlevu was well in position to intercept that. Alright, we're out with Moses. He's our best chance of getting a goal. That's not off a set piece, but he took that way too far forward. Fortunately, Kuma Kivituva is right there. And we got ourselves another corner. That's what we have to do, is just force corners. Any sort of set piece we can get. It's back with Fountain. He's good. And that was a decent strike from Atladisu there. Honestly, even if we can force a 0-0 tie, I'll be pretty happy. I don't think my board will be. But I just can't afford another loss here. We're doing a good job of forcing the set pieces, but they're parking the bus and we're just not getting through. Still, as long as we're up pressuring their end, they can't exploit the weaknesses of Senamela. Although it looks like Mpopo is going to get a good chance for a breakaway, but he did not take it. I don't know if he's injured or tired or what, but he had a prime opportunity to just run and he did not take it. Yellow and Moses is not great, but it's only his second, so we don't have to worry about him getting suspended. Still, anything that might force me to take Moses off the pitch is real bad, because he's our best chance for a goal off of open play. Nice job by Atladisa there. And Tao's still really struggling since we lost to Ketlong. He really doesn't seem to know how to play with our new setup. Every time he gets the ball, he looks confused. He's been one of the first people I've had to sub for poor play every game. Don't know what that finish was from Schnell, but I'm happy it was terrible. Alright, we survived half the match. No one seems overly tired. I'm going to have to keep a bit of an eye on Moses. He's getting there. But I really don't want to sub him. I don't think Chippa are playing their toughest team either today, because they seem a lot easier than they did in the cup match. Alright, let's see what I can do for subs. Monty Bantwa is playing atrociously bad, but so is Moses, actually. So Moses is both tired and playing terrible, so I'm going to take him off for Shobeni, even though I wanted to keep him on the pitch. But I can't let a 6.3 go. So we're going to have to sub in Shobeni and tighten in that side. Play him as a supporting advanced playmaker and hopefully break through that way. He's decent at that. He's not quite as good as I'd like. Fortunately, that set piece was basically a straight up pass to Ndlovu. And that's what I was afraid of. Koza scores his first goal of the season, assisted by David. It was a brilliant set piece, and they were well onside. I knew that. For second sub, Monty Bantwa's gotten a little better, but he's still playing terrible, so I'm going to take him off for Nixele, even though Nixele's tired. I just need someone who's somewhat capable in for 20 minutes. It's now essential that we get a goal back. Yeah, I thought Ladisa was offside there. And it's as good as Nixele's going to be. He's also terrible at deploying forward, but we know that everyone's terrible who I have for striking. Ooh, that was lucky that went off the bar there. If we went down by 2, there's no getting back into this. Last sub. Ladisa is also not playing well. So we're going to put in Safema for him, even though Safema is quite tired. It's only 10 minutes. This shouldn't hinder his recovery too much. Safema is not very good as a winger, but I'm starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel here. This match came at a horrible time in our schedule, because I think with a fresh squad we could have beat them. I can't believe that didn't go in. Mirosavic picked up a yellow card, and I suspect he's going to be suspended for the next match off that one. I think it's 4 for South Africa. It's either 3 or 4. I can't remember for sure. That went about how I expected. Good job from the referee, too, so we deserved those cards. That's a rough one, but when we lost Seketlong, that's kind of what I was expecting to come out of this game. The press is surprised, but the press hasn't adapted to us losing players. The press is just looking at how we were doing earlier in the season, being like, these guys shouldn't lose. I'm going to have to pay Nick Sully more. I'm definitely going to use him again this year. Yeah, Mirosavic got suspended. That's rough. At least it applies for all domestic competitions. So it's going to be on the Cosmos match, not a league match. So we're actually kind of lucky when that suspension will hit. board is not as angry at me as I thought they would. They're getting upset about Tao's performance too. He's really not adjusting to a new striker pairing. Yeah, our best performance was Mirosevic with a 7.1. That's not good. Shockingly, Gorman hasn't rejected our offer out of hand. Oh, I guess it's misleading. They said all domestic competitions, but I guess the cup doesn't count for that because they can play Mirosevic in the cup. See, this is the team I would have wanted to name last match. But unfortunately, just with the way things fell, everyone was tired, and I had to play them against in Africa. But this is a much better side overall than what I had. Lakala is pretty weak out on the wing there, but hopefully I can fix that. They have, and even so, it's Jomo Cosmos. Hopefully we can shame Tao into actually starting to perform. Get Moses taking corners. Where is he? We've actually got a lot of corner takers who are capable right now. He can take central indirect free kicks too. You can see we're still trying to fill in the massive gaps that have been left by Saketlong. Can do wide indirect free kicks. Yeah, we only had one guy doing this, so having Moses on there will really help. And then deep indirect free kicks. We're definitely getting tentative. We're switching back to balanced for Jomo Cosmos. There is a lot of heat on Tao right now, which isn't surprising. He's played pretty badly. And there goes Mirosevic. We kind of knew we were losing him. But we have him for the season, so that's good. I don't mind losing him in the summer. I mean, I'd rather not, because he's been a good part of the team, but it's not devastating the way losing Saketlong immediately was. So it was nice to see the youngsters progressing well. Ward's capable of playing the forthcoming fixture with a minimum risk of complication. He's just coming off a bruised knee, so no surprise that he's fine, doesn't need to be monitored. And at least it's hot, but it's not devastatingly hot. We're going to be on a good pitch. We actually don't have the best record against Cosmos. Although that was more when they were up in our current league a few years ago. We haven't played them in a while. We weren't able to get Lacala off that wing. I'm just going to take a quick look, see if I can do something. Mitenge was injured. Yeah, it's... I'm not putting in Koma Kivitugo in, even though he is much better when he's that tired in this match. So I'm just going to have to deal with it. He'll be bad. It's better to have him bad out on the corner there than in where Sfema was last game. Johnson's not great. Moses is really fallen off. He's down to 2.5 stars. And Ward has fallen off quite a bit. So we don't have nearly as strong a striking team overall as I would like. We've been falling apart pretty quickly here. But I still think it's good enough to get past Cosmos. You can see morale's really starting to fall apart in the team. They're not reacting as well to team talks as they have been. Little did they know they're playing right into my hands by setting up for an immediate corner. Because with the bad striking, set pieces are the key to our success. These guys are playing the game of their life today. There we go. Moses scores his 9th of the season, assisted by Mattia. It was a choppy, ugly goal, but it got the job done. We're starting to take control of the match now. We've got another set piece. We've got some confidence after that last goal. Another set piece. They're giving us a ton of set pieces here. And that was just basically a straight pass back to Adam. Everyone's probably going to seem a little tentative in this game because it's been a while since I've expected them to play on a balanced mentality instead of an attacking mentality. They're really kind of rusty at this, but it's looking like we're getting results. We're getting pretty tired pretty fast, though, which I don't love. We've already got multiple people down to 70 on stamina. The hot weather of that last match is really impacting people's ability to rebound, I think. Moses drew another corner, though, which is nice. Yeah, they're just desperation giving us set pieces now. This is not the same team that was giving us trouble years ago. And it looks like they're getting pretty tired too, which is good. At least it's equal. I hate it when like the other team's fully fresh and we're coming in with an exhausted team. But if anything, we're the fresher team. No, Johnson picked up a little bit of a knock, but it's not serious. Bruce's shin should be pretty irrelevant, especially with the international break coming up. It might affect my team selection for one game, but given this, that Tao is still my starting central midfielder, that's probably not a problem. Ooh, they actually equaled with a goal by Mathabidi, assisted by Mankenya. It's amazing what losing one person can do to a team. We went from world beaters to struggling with someone from a league below us. I think there's another goal in it for us. Everyone's pretty much playing better except Stano, who's playing awful. So Shobeni's going to get another chance to come in and play on a wing, this time for Stano. And it looks like Fountain's getting tired. Not surprising, we've been using him a lot. Pull Shobeni into that side. Set him as a supporting advanced playmaker, same as we did last time. He's still not great in that position, but better than the performance Stano was giving. He hasn't been the same since I rested him for a week. Everyone else is doing pretty good. Let's see if I can get Lakala off. Yeah, we'll bring in the Kuma Kivituka now. Let him finish out the match, put a little stronger defense in there. Although he's not much stronger, but he is better. He's another guy that's fallen off in expected performances lately. Oh, there we go. Shobeni gets that. It's the hesitation that's killing us. Akuma Kivituko hesitated there on his cross, and it let them set up and defend it. And that's the problem. I've been having to rotate the team so much that we haven't got that consistency right now that we need to really be performing at a top level. Great solo run from Moses there. Oh, I got looking at that and almost forgot to make my last sub. Let's see, do I have anyone to bring in for Adam? Not really. Let's see, Safema. Yeah, I'll bring in Mahoa for Safema. Adam's slightly more tired, but it's a negligible difference, and I actually have someone that can play in this position available for Mahoa, so I don't need to shuffle the whole side around. I mean, he's actually very strong. He might be what we need to break through here. And the good news is Midluli for them looks to be very, very tired. So if we go to extra time with that injury he's taken, we might be able to really bully them. I was not expecting extra time in this match. They're putting up a good fight, and because we're actually playing pretty well today. They are not looking like a lower division side. Nagobe picked up a knock. Their team is falling apart at the seams if we can keep the pressure on them. We've got a definite chance here. I really don't want to go to penalties where this fatigue doesn't matter. We've outshot them like crazy, 22 to something like 5. Perhaps I should have taken Fountain off as he's extremely tired, but he's also one of the best players we have on the pitch right now. There we go. Moses got his 10th, assisted by Mattia, and has probably saved us from the shootout. Another ugly goal, but it got the job done. I was questioning what Adam was doing, but it looked like it worked because he just was able to walk in and take that ball. Twice. I'm almost certainly going to have to rest a lot of key players for the next match, which is not looking good then. We're getting the results when we need them, but I'm a little worried because I don't think we're going to have enough time to recover for the next match. Ref was a little poor, but not terrible. And it looks like it mostly affected them. We didn't get any cards, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now it's going to be major stamina management for the next match. Because after that, we got a good break. It's just getting through the Wits match. And of course, Wits are another strong team. Yeah, Johnson's only out for a day or two, that's fine. Moses was the player of the match. Obviously, he scored both of our goals. He's been in good form recently, which is great. Unfortunately, he's also very tired, and so he'll be one of the players we're resting for the next match. And so now we'll hop over to the schedule. We have Wits, who are currently in first place, so that's going to be another tough match. We're getting all the tough matches clumped up together. That's another one that I'm just going to be hang on and pray. And then we have the international break, so we'll hop over to Canada. And looks like our second match is going to be the friendly against Turks and Caicos Island, which is going to be just a slaughter. Panama might be challenging, but that's not going to be in the next recording session. That's the one after. So, yeah, it's really just a question of can we beat Wits? The good news is the win over Cosmos got us back to a C+, so even if we lose to Wits, we're back to just a C, which is not awful. The board's not thrilled with me, but they're not disappointed by me either. So, with another inconsistent series of matches there, thank you for watching, everyone. And hopefully I'll be back next time when we can try to turn this ship around a bit. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.